The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Eleanor Roosevelt. When you believe in the beauty of your dreams, you not only keep your soul creative and hopeful, but also direct your actions to make those dreams a reality. Those who dare to dream and believe in their value will find opportunities even in challenges, turning difficulties into motivation and persevering forward. Roosevelt suggests that the future is not a matter of chance. It is shaped by those who dare to believe, dream, and act. By nurturing dreams with belief and effort, each person can create a future full of hope, success, and meaning. Everything you can imagine is real. Pablo Picasso. Imagination is not just a breeding ground for unique ideas, but the starting point for turning aspirations into reality. When you dare to imagine, you open the door to possibilities, opportunities, and solutions that may not have existed before. Picasso emphasizes that there are no limits to what the mind and heart can conceive. With belief, effort, and action, every idea can become reality. This is a message about creativity, aspiration, and the ability to turn seemingly far-fetched dreams into tangible achievements, showing that imagination is a powerful tool for shaping life. If you want to achieve excellence, you can achieve it today. From this moment, stop doing less than excellent work. Thomas J. Watson. Excellence is not a distant goal or a matter of luck. It begins with the actions and decisions we make right now. Every passing moment is an opportunity to choose to work with the highest quality, focusing on effectiveness and self-improvement. By rejecting mediocrity and committing to excellence, each person can turn potential into tangible results, step by step, building credibility, capability, and success. This is a reminder that excellence doesn't wait. It is created in the present moment through your steadfast commitment. If you're not willing to risk the usual, you'll have to settle for the ordinary. Jim Rohn. If we only choose the safe path, unwilling to challenge ourselves or break boundaries, our lives will remain familiar, ordinary, and lacking breakthroughs. Conversely, when we dare to take risks, step out of our comfort zones, and embrace new ideas, opportunities, and experiences, we open the door to achieving the extraordinary, creating differences, and realizing grand goals. This quote inspires us that success, creativity, and profound happiness often come from the courage to challenge ourselves and face risks, rather than accepting the ordinary out of fear. Over the years, I have learned that when one's mind is made up, fear diminishes. Rosa Parks. Fear often arises when we face important choices, when we hesitate to commit or lack confidence in ourselves. Parks emphasizes that once a decision is made, whether to stand up for justice, defend personal values, or pursue a goal, fear recedes, giving way to confidence, clarity, and resolve. This is a reminder that action and decision-making are the most powerful ways to break free from procrastination, anxiety, and doubt. When we dare to decide, we not only control fear, but also open the path to creating change, moving forward, and living a meaningful life. I alone cannot change the world, but I can cast a stone across the waters to create many ripples. Mother Teresa. Great change does not always require grand actions. Sometimes, a single gesture, a kind act, or a gentle word can ripple outward, creating impact and gradual transformation. The image of a stone across the waters symbolizes seemingly small actions that carry the power to spread, inspire, and spark positive change around them. Mother Teresa suggests that each person has the ability to contribute, however small, but profoundly valuable, and from those ripples, communities and the world can become better step by step. This is a message about compassion, perseverance, and the belief that every effort, no matter how small, carries meaning. Believe you can, and you're halfway there, Theodore Roosevelt. In it, belief is likened to the key that unlocks the door to all possibilities. When we start with belief, the roughest paths become less daunting, like a climber carrying the certainty that the summit awaits. Their steps become steadier, their stride more resilient. Believing in yourself is not arrogance, but the wellspring of strength, a quiet stream flowing within the soul, nourishing will and igniting every effort. In truth, the hardest half of the journey is often not facing the world, but convincing yourself that you are worthy and capable. And once you overcome that barrier, every challenge ahead becomes just a step closer to the finish line, where success awaits with open arms. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right, Henry Ford. The line between success and failure lies not only in external circumstances, but in how we talk to ourselves. If you think you can't, your mind builds invisible walls, causing your belief is not just a fleeting thought, but the seed that shapes who we are. If you believe you're weak, you'll live within the narrow confines of limitation. But when you believe you're strong and worthy, every action, every decision carries the power to break through, opening a new horizon. Imagine belief as an underground stream. Water your soul's soil with bright belief, and your life's tree will bloom vibrantly. Water it with doubt, and it will wither and fade. Oprah not only suggests, but illuminates a truth. We are the crystallization of what we plant in our thoughts. Believing in yourself not only changes how you see the world, but also transforms the path you walk through it. The hardest part is deciding to act. The rest is merely persistence. Amelia Earhart. In truth, the most pivotal moment in any journey is not how far you've gone, but the moment you dare to take the first step. Deciding to act is like opening the door out of your comfort zone. In that moment, you face fear, hesitation, and unanswered questions. But once you begin, the rest is no longer a mystery, requiring only persistence, like a drop of water wearing down a stone over time, or a ship steadily sailing toward its harbor despite the vast sea. Amelia suggests, starting is the spark, persistence is the fuel, and when both combine, no dream is too distant. How wonderful it is that nobody needs to wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Anne Frank. A simple yet powerful truth. To improve the world, we don't need grand beginnings or perfect conditions. A sincere smile, a kind act, a gentle word of encouragement can create a circle of positive ripples. The world doesn't improve through plans left on paper, but through hands acting in this very moment. It's like a small spark falling in the dark, yet strong enough to awaken an entire dawn sky. Anne Frank left humanity a reminder. Every moment we live is a chance to sow seeds of goodness, and we need wait for no one but ourselves. A life without challenges is not worth living, Socrates. Challenges are not enemies, but mirrors reflecting our resilience and wisdom. If life were only a smooth path, with no headwinds or peaks to conquer, we'd never taste the flavor of growth. Challenges are like the fire that forges steel. They hurt, but they also transform raw iron into a shining blade. Without challenges, we'd drift in mediocrity. With them, we truly discover how strong we are. Socrates suggests, "The value of life lies not in ease, but in the courage to face hardships and reach the true depths of ourselves." Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear. George Addair. Fear is a towering shadow, magnifying obstacles and binding our steps, making us hesitate before the door of success. But when we dare to take one step beyond that thick fog, the world opens brighter than ever. Opportunities, freedom, and everything we've longed for suddenly stand before us. Picture fear as a dragon guarding a treasure, daunting but not invincible. With one moment of courage, we realize that on the other side of fear lies the place where dreams wait to become reality. Dream big and dare to fail. Norman Vaughan. Big dreams are the wings that lift us beyond the familiar, while the courage to accept failure is the shield protecting us on that journey. For if we only dare to dream small, we'll never reach new heights. And if we fear failure, we'll forever pause at the threshold of success. Failure is not an end, but a stepping stone to climb closer to the summit. Picture each stumble as a draft for the final masterpiece. Vaughan's words remind us, daring to dream big is the start of an extraordinary journey, and daring to fail is proof that we've truly lived. The best is still to be honest and truthful, to make the most of what we have, to be happy with simple joys, and to have courage when things don't go our way. Laura Ingalls Wilder. Honesty and truthfulness are the foundation, like solid rock, for building every relationship. Valuing and making the most of what we have keeps us from chasing empty desires, finding fulfillment in the present. Happiness sometimes lies not in glorious victories, but in moments like sitting with a warm cup of tea, hearing familiar laughter, or watching the sunset fall over the roof. And when storms come, courage is the oar that keeps us from drifting until dawn rises again one day. This simple yet profound advice encapsulates a philosophy. Live honestly, live gratefully, live joyfully, and live resiliently. That is true, lasting happiness. Nothing is impossible. The word itself says, "I'm possible." Audrey Hepburn. Limits are often self-imposed. When we read the word impossible, we can break it into "I'm possible," a powerful affirmation that we have the ability to turn the seemingly impossible into reality. It's like a high wall that seems daunting at first, but with a shift in perspective, that wall becomes a ladder to climb higher. Hepburn's message reminds us that, in any circumstance, what matters is not how big the difficulty is, but whether we dare to believe we can. For when belief ignites, impossible naturally transforms into possible. It doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop. The path to success isn't always a race of swift strides. Sometimes it's just small, steady steps moving forward, like a river flowing gently, not loud or fierce, yet over time capable of wearing down even mountains. Speed doesn't determine value. Persistence is the true force shaping the destination. Even slow steps give us the chance to observe, learn, and savor the journey, instead of fixating only on the finish line. This simple message affirms, as long as you don't give up, no matter how slow, you'll still reach the place you aspire to. A person may die, nations may rise and fall, but an ideal lives on. John F. Kennedy. The body is finite. Power or fame may shift with time, but an ideal, a noble belief, or lofty goal transcends the boundaries of death and decline. An ideal is like a flame passed from hand to hand. One person may fall, but that light continues to burn in the hearts of those who carry on. History has shown that from freedom and justice to peace, these are seeds of ideals planted and nurtured across generations, despite wars or collapses. Kennedy suggests that true strength lies not in an individual's lifespan or a nation's temporary prosperity, but in the enduring life of an ideal, one that can guide humanity forward. I didn't fail the test. I just found 100 ways to do it wrong. Benjamin Franklin. It transforms failure, often seen as shameful, into an intriguing experiment where each mistake is not an end but a step closer to success. Failure, in this view, is like test bricks. Each misplacement teaches us more about the right path. This light-hearted, humorous attitude turns failure into a teacher, not an obstacle. Franklin subtly advises, instead of fearing stumbles, see them as valuable data, pieces of the puzzle for the final picture of success. For someone who dares to try 100 wrong ways is certain to find at least one right way, and that one is enough to change everything. With great power comes great responsibility. Stanley, power here is not just physical strength or supernatural ability, but can be knowledge, wealth, status, or influence. When we possess more, we are also entrusted with the responsibility to use it for what is right. Like a bright lamp in the night, its light is not just for itself, but to guide those around it. Responsibility is the compass, ensuring power doesn't become a tool for harm, but a force for creating good. Stan Lee deftly encapsulates a profound philosophy in a short sentence. Power and responsibility go hand in hand, and only when we realize this does power gain true meaning. I'd rather die of passion than of boredom. Vincent van Gogh. Passion is not just a hobby, but a burning flame, the source of life that makes each day meaningful. Boredom, in contrast, is a slow death, where one exists without truly living. Van Gogh chose a path of pain and solitude, but in every blazing brushstroke, he left immortal paintings, proof that passion can triumph over personal tragedy. His words show us, living fully for an ideal, even at a cost, is far more radiant than a flat, flavorless life. Like a shooting star, blazing briefly, but brightly enough to make the night sky eternal. In the end, dreaming is also a form of planning. Gloria Steinem. Dreams are not fleeting clouds drifting across the sky, but the seeds of the future. When we allow ourselves to dream, we sketch a blueprint for our lives in our minds. Like an architect, before building a house, they must first envision its form. So too, every step forward in life begins with a dream nurtured. Dreaming is the heart's whisper of what we yearn for, and planning is the hands that turn that whisper into reality. Steinem reminds us, don't underestimate moments of dreaming, for they are often when we quietly chart the course for our future. Whatever the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Napoleon Hill. Humanity is not limited by circumstances, but by the boundaries of its own thoughts. When we dare to conceive, we plant the seed of possibility. When we believe, that seed is watered and grows into reality. History has proven that every great invention, from the airplane to landing on the moon, began as a seemingly crazy idea in someone's mind. The mind is the sky, belief is the wings, and achievement is the flight opening endless horizons. Hill's message is, don't hesitate to dream big or believe deeply, for those are the two keys that unlock the door to every miracle. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than by the ones you did. So throw off the bowlines, sail away from the safe harbor, catch the trade winds in your sails, explore, dream, discover. Mark Twain. Life is like a sea voyage. The safe harbor is the comfort zone, secure yet confining. The vast ocean represents opportunities, uncharted horizons waiting to be touched. Regret often lies not in the times we fell, but in the times we never tried. A ship only finds meaning when it sets sail, not when it stays anchored at the shore. Twain suggests, have the courage to cast off the ropes. Let the winds of aspiration carry you further. Only by daring to explore and dream can we live fully and leave our unique mark on the vast ocean of life.